this morning we were talking about the synchronization and talking about a lot of things, and actually one of the things that we talked about today, and I would like to make it a little bit more clear maybe, is how to connect with your horse and how to be present. Because just because you are physically there and because you are trying to control the horse, that's not being present. Being present is trying to figure out, for instance, why the horse doesn't respond favorably and why doesn't he find the good answer. And when a horse doesn't understand what you want from him, it always falls back on you, because he doesn't understand it 10 out of 10 because you didn't explain it right. So being present for me means I'm watching the reactions of the horse, I'm totally connected with my mind, with his mind, and I am trying to figure out what did I explain wrong? Why does he still keep doing what I don't want him to do? And why doesn't he do what I want him to do? So what I ask him to do? And that is because I'm not explaining it right, or I'm not doing it right, or maybe because this horse needs a different explanation than another. You know, I have to always explain everything 2 different ways to my 2 daughters, and then to my 2 sons differently again. So I have 4 kids, and I have to explain everything 4 different ways, because we are different. Horses are different too. So basically what I'm trying to say here is that learn from your horse, learn from his reactions, see what works with him and what doesn't. You know, when you had in every relationship that we've been in our lifetime, right, every one of those were different. The only thing that was the same is that we were in it. You know, but
and there's a principle about us as humans. We know how fear feels, we know how happiness feels, but everyone is perceiving it different.
Yeah, like, and when something doesn't happen, and you don't have a good day, because sometimes you bomb your day with a horse. I mean, sometimes you go out and train with the horse, but you sort of just bomb the whole thing. It just doesn't. It's just not a good day for either one of you. Then you do something that you know you can do well together, or play a little bit or whatever, and then just let it go. You know, when one time, remember when Marek and I went into the round pen, and 5 minutes into the whole thing, I said, well, it's not Marek's day. They sometimes have a bad day too, you know, and there's no point forcing it, because that's only disciplinary action then. And so being present, I think, is learning from your horse, and be open to learn from your horse. You are learning from each other, and by learning from each other, you are bonding too, because you learn what goes and what doesn't go between the 2 of you. You know, when yesterday when I was fixing up the things up there in the pasture up there, and Nebras, my Arabian, came to me, and he started first just smelling my head. I was on my knees, you know, hammering and everything, and he came, and I was happy actually that he came to me while I was doing something scary for a horse and hammering away and stuff. And then he grabbed the collar of my shirt and started pulling me away and stuff, and he started playing with me, and it was great, because on the one hand I was happy about it, on the other hand I had to let him know that it doesn't go with me very well. So, you know, we teach each other in a human relationship and with the horse too, what goes and what doesn't go. But then being present means we also have to be able to listen to the horse what is not okay with him,
Exactly.
what we are doing.
And Lorant,
You know what I'm trying to say here?
And may I ask you, because I guess it could put some on the wrong path. if you say figure out what is going with the horse and what not, I guess you need a frame in which you figure out. Because, for instance, with my horse, I can't cross the road. That doesn't work. Like, then I figured he can't cross the road. You know what I mean? I need a frame in which I'm working with him, or
Yeah.
we are working together.
Okay, well, that brings up another subject, is that never ask a horse do something that you haven't taught him yet. So if you take a horse down to the road and he doesn't want to cross the road and he's afraid of the traffic or this and that, whatever, obviously he's not going to be a very good trail riding horse, right? Because here in Germany there are so many roads, you always have to cross a road. So,
Yeah.
and we see that in just below our home here, that they do that. And yeah, well, so you're asking him to do something that you haven't taught him yet. But that's the first step. I mean, you can't teach him cross the road if you don't take him down. But do not destroy the trust of the horse and the respect of the horse by forcing him to go through the road. Go in it very, very slow. Take him down to the road, and if he starts feeling uncomfortable with going down, it's not the time for desensitization. The desensitization is that now we stop and we stay here.
Okay.
And you can watch what's coming and going.
Ah, okay.
And next day you can go 2 meters further down, because he will be very willing to go down there, because now he doesn't feel that intimidated by the cars coming and going. And the next day again and again, until you can actually stand right at the road and the cars coming and going, and he is just very casual about it. Now you are in the teaching process. You're not just taking him down with a stick and say, now we're going to cross the road. Crossing the road takes a lot of preparation, and that's a teaching process.
Okay.
But then you have to always be present and always learn from him and always figure out his reactions. I heard something which blew my mind. I always argue how to lead a horse, right? Now I'm going all over the place, but I have so many things in my mind. How to lead a horse properly. I say, and that's my practice, lead the horse always like a cowboy, you know. The horse is behind you. Some people lead the horse like a hussar, from the side, on a very short rope. You don't have leverage. I'm not going to go into this because it's on my website, and it's also in my book and stuff, that what my argument is, pro and contra. But I heard something that blew my mind. Somebody who is leading the horse like a hussar, like from here, and holding the rope right at the halter, right under the chin of the horse like this, giving him no room whatsoever. The person said, I like leading the horse like this because I can see his reactions.
Okay.
You don't have to see the reactions. When a horse is behind you and you hold the lead rope with 4 fingers, you feel everything. And if not on the rope, you feel everything because you're connected with that horse. And you know exactly what he's doing. And you know, a great horse trainer and somebody who understands horses will always say, what do I always do in my workshop or something? I say, I will do this and watch what the horse is going to do. You have to be aware what the horse's reaction is going to be before you even start doing what you are doing. And how do you do that? Well, you watch and you learn. And that's the connection.